Welcome to the 15th of March. We are up in inventory, 578 total active listings all across the Santa Clarita Valley cities. This is going to be single family residences, townhomes, condominiums. I would say if you get out there in the market, we're also seeing an increase in buyer drive. We have more properties under escrow now than we did the entire beginning of this year into March. And this was my total understanding of where the market's going to be, my conjecture, my fortune telling, my prediction is where we were going to be at this particular time in Santa Clarita, with more listings being added and then a higher buyer drive on this particular market. So we're watching that. Interest rates are eking down ever so slowly as well. So if you haven't talked to your lender for a while, make sure you reconnect with them and ask them, if your interest rates change much, because that might be a different decision for you now than it was a couple months ago when you decided not to purchase because maybe interest rates were too high. Now, with that additional inventory, if the inventory stays stagnant, we will see a reduction in prices. However, it looks like that buyer drive is going to match or exceed. So we'll probably see a very moderate increase in real estate prices throughout the next several months. My suggestion is when you start to look for real estate, make sure everything is in a row. So all your ducks are aligned, your wagons are circled, all that stuff. Make sure you have all your lending in place. You understand how much you're going to be paying for a mortgage, at least kind of an idea what the interest rate looks like, because that's not going to be for sure until you're actually locked in on a specific residence. But they can kind of give you a ballpark of what that looks like. In addition, if there's going to be those extra fees on the purchase, like Mello-Roos, the special assessment taxes, and also a larger than what you might consider an average homeowners association dues, that's also important to know going in so you can adjust accordingly. Now, if you're looking for residences that have solar, that's another part of it. If the solar is leased and not paid off, that's going to have to be something you qualify for as well, unless the seller takes care of that in escrow and pays the entire thing off. That is also an option. It's just going to depend on where the seller's priced, the seller's bottom line, and how that property is configured, and if there's going to be, if that's something that the seller wants to do. If not, you as a buyer is going to have to take on that event to be able to pay that solar lease in addition to qualifying for the residence. Also, I would suggest in that case, if a property does have solar, find out what those electrical bills look like so you can kind of do a little bit of an offset equation to understand exactly what you're buying and how much it's going to be worth to you, and even if it's worth it at all. Of course, we all want to make the planet greener, but in some cases, some of these solar systems are crappy and they're really not going to pack that punch that you might expect. I'm Connor with Honor, Santa Clarita, openhouses.com. We will see you in the next one.